In the little town of Brooksville, where the autumn leaves cascaded down the cobblestone streets like golden feathers, lived a man named Samuel. Samuel was an ordinary man, with an unassuming life, working at the local library. He moved through his days with quiet routine, but his heart was vast and capable of noticing the whispers of need around him. One day, as Samuel was returning from a day of cataloging dusty old books, he noticed a figure hunched over on the porch of the house 2 doors down from his. It was his neighbor, Mrs. Evelyn Jones, an elderly widow who had recently lost her husband and had since been struggling silently, draping her sadness behind the curtained windows of her home. The usually well-tended garden was now tangled chaos, a silent testament to the turbulence within. Seeing her tremble in the chilly evening, Samuel felt a pang of concern. He went into his house, gathered an extra wool blanket and a container of homemade chicken soup he had sautéed lovingly over the weekend, and headed back to her porch. Evening, Mrs. Jones, Samuel greeted softly, a warmth in his voice that brushed against the cold air. Mrs. Jones looked up through her teary eyes, surprised by the unexpected visitor. "Oh, Samuel, I'm afraid I'm not much company tonight," she said in a frail voice, though grateful for the presence in the solitude. "Nonsense," Samuel replied, placing the blanket over her slender shoulders and handing her the thermos. "I just wanted you to have this, it's a bit chilly tonight. I had some extra, and I thought you might enjoy it." Mrs. Jones smiled gently, her eyes moistening not with sadness, but with a glimmer of appreciation. "Is it the kind with lots of dill?" she asked, remembering the distinct flavor from a block party some months ago. "It wouldn't be my soup if it wasn't," Samuel chuckled,